There we go. We're back for another crazy, quiet adventure on this snowy planet. Let me just think about how to switch. There we go. Now, I think the ground hasn't loaded in fully yet. I don't remember the ice looking this low poly. There we go. Game, if you're not finished loading, don't tell me you're finished loading. But alright. So, last time what we did is we went and made the two wrecks our own, which is something I actually should change currently, because currently it's just called wreck detector ping. We're just gonna call this large ship. No, let's just call it spare parts big grid. Yeah, I guess I think we're just gonna call it that, and let's just make it a different color just to make sure that let's call the bigger parts, we're gonna call them green. And then we're gonna find the extra parts, because we last time were underway to get the windmill and a big battery. Now, in between the last episode slash stream and this one, I have activated the MES wreckage mod again, because we've practically explored everything, but we don't. Oh, well, I mean, there's still some standard scrap yards spawning. The problem is just that we didn't really have much in terms of exploration anymore. Let's see, can we get this battery out without destroying it? That would be difficult, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. This is just ammo. Oh, and I don't have my good tools, because last time I died with them and I lost them. It was a tough price to pay for the reward of getting a good ship, I guess. So first off, I think I own this because I took over this, so it should sell me. Yeah, owner Nirvana in the top. So technically we own this, but the problem is that it's currently in the ground, partially. Now we can dig it out with our drill, but since we don't have a tier 3 drill, we might run the risk of blowing it up. Now I know of a way to do this, to get it out of there without destroying it. The problem is that I need a big drill for that. And to get a big drill, I need all the components for said big drill. Now I think that requires me to have 100 motors or something crazy like that, so I doubt I have that. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, we have the AI control module here. I am unsure if we're ever going to use this. And I think we're gonna find more when we get to other ship parts. Plus this antenna dish is also very big. I am unsure if we're gonna use this, but this is the first time I've seen this big guy, so I might keep it just in case. Alright, let's see what we need for this big drill. Let's see. We need 5 motors, a lot of steel plates, that's not a problem. Large steel tubes, yeah, that might also be a problem. Yeah, I have to really check on this one to see if I can make it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try to dig the battery out. Could I do that? Maybe. Maybe. Problem is that if I hit it only a little bit, it's gonna blow up the battery. So let's just hope. Here I'm already damaging these light armor blocks. But I have not damaged the battery. If I can just get the terrain broken enough, then I can just grab it out of there. And just having an extra big battery is always nice. Let's see, we'll still be attached after I break this one. Just have to keep checking if the battery stays intact in between. Because if I destroy a few steel plates, that's not a problem. The most important part is the power cells. I don't have an infinite supply of those and I can't build them. Many of the... I was thinking about like how far I was gonna bring this challenge, and my current plan is to at least get off this planet and onto a green planet, and whether I continue after that is a secondary. Getting there is already hard enough. Getting the ships connected is, in my opinion, the most fun. Being very critical about which parts of which ship you're going to use is also very fun. So I'm going to check on that later. But for now, the first parts is just getting some scraps together. Our base ship is currently being recharged fully, so we don't have problems with that. There's an assembler on board with some speed modules, so it might also be that we're going to be breaking down some materials later on in case we need something else. Usually the most requested thing when you're building bases is like small steel tubes and motors. The problem is just that motors are a lot harder to come by because you can't get the materials to build more motors. You just have to do it by grinding other stuff, which is gonna be an issue, but we're gonna find it out. Not just for see if we can get this single big battery. Battery. Oh. There's a lot of stuff in that direction. I'm probably gonna head off in that direction afterwards. And there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna... Oh, let's not grind my own vehicle, you dumb nut. Ooh. Alright, let's get this... I think it's not all the way down. Yeah, but it's close to that. So what I'm gonna do is, I know it's still partially in the terrain. So when I break this, I hope it's not gonna fall. Like that. Seems to be fine. Ah. Well, this is gonna be a tough one. I know a way to do it. Well, this is gonna be annoying, but still doable. I was hoping it was still stuck in the terrain, but I already sawed it too far. Or grind it too far. Damn. Damn. I didn't know it was already that far. Okay. Now... what we're gonna do is grind some of these plates. This is gonna take forever. We're gonna see if we can get it a little bit further. There. Now, if we can get this in this pocket, yeah, this should be enough. It looks like it can clear that. We're just gonna do this in 2 steps because we're gonna drive it forward a little bit. There we go. Then we're gonna make a little plateau. Oh wait, I should do this, you dummy. And after this is done, we can build a little platform. That way if we set the battery down, it won't fall over. Now this is in the way. There we go. Now if we set the battery down, it won't fall. So we click the button. I almost screwed that up. Smarty Pants McGee. Now we're gonna extend this. Pick it up again. Then we're gonna pull it back up. Now it should be able to clear the edge of the ice. Yep. Then we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put it down. We're gonna put it all the way in the bottom again. And then we're gonna remove this dumb helpful block. And now we should be able to grab it for real. And lift it up. There we go. Now we are going to change the name of this GPS from Scavenge Big Battery to Scavenge Big Antenna Dish. And make it green for Big Grid. Now I'm just gonna do that windmill. I can hook up that windmill to our right side. And then we should have everything over there. I don't care about the small grid containers at the moment. But I should. If I'm gonna make another vehicle, it's good for counterbalance. Just fill it up with steel plates. Alright, I'll just bring it with me, I guess. Let's just first get this one. Oh, a new wreck. Don't know what direction. Let's see, let's activate it on the HUD. It's over there. Alright. We can take a look, but I'd rather just bring this stuff back home first. Did I leave stuff in there? Did I? No, I didn't. Alright. Let's take down this windmill. Let's take down this to make sure we can get in close. Yep. And now, let's take it down. we don't need all that steel. We're fine with how much we have. Okay. Now let's extend this. Pick it up as far away as possible. There we go. Lift it up. Alright, let's get those few... Okay, we can remove this windmill ping. Windmill can be gone. Alright. Now there might be a few new wrecks that spawn while we drive over here. And I think if we have like 4 or 5 new wrecks, we might deactivate the mod already again. And find those out, then run a cleanup. I think that's a new one. I think that bridge over there I have not been to yet. Now there's also one thing I forgot to do at the beginning of the stream, or slash video, depending when you watch it. But I forgot to run the cleanup at the beginning, but to be fair, last stream I had to end quite fast. Oop, there's a second wreck. Alright. Let's just leave our little vehicle. Oh, what? Alright. Now if I break this, it should all fall down. And the components for a big rotor are always nice. Yep. Hello there, medium cargo containers. That is not the menu that I wanted. There we go. Well, now I can remove the GPS coordinates for the 3 small cargo containers. Let's activate these 2 wreck pings. So we have one over there and we have one over there. So they're both over in that direction. That's good, because after we deliver this stuff back to base, we are gonna go past that and pay that a visit. First, let's go back to our base ship and see if everything is still there in one spell. I don't think anything would have happened to it, unless I forgot an explosive or somebody hacked themselves into my private world. I would really be impressed at that, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Why is Scavenge Big Battery still there? Didn't I change that to Big Antenna? Little type, just battery again. Like a dummy. I mean, probably. Knowing myself. Alright. Then there's also some wreck detector pings in that direction. We'll get to that later. Like I said, like if we have like 4, 5, 6 wreck pings, I think we're gonna keep it at that for a bit. Some of them are very small. Some of them are insanely big. Doesn't really matter at the moment. We just need some big parts. And if they have a lot of guns, so be it. But at least we need to get it working. There's one wreck that I used in a single player game before, which was marvelous to use. I got that ship hooked up to 2 other parts, and one part was basically an industrial cargo container or cargo ship, and the other one was a what was it called? Like a large luxury cruise with like a disco floor and everything. It was pretty nice. Just to have like such a mixed ship was quite an interesting one. Now, as you can see, due to you can see how I got to the ship. You can still see where the bullets shot out. Now this system may leave some permanent damage in the ice. Let's see if we can drive over it. Probably. Doesn't look like it has. Yeah, there's barely deformed the ice as is. And that's our big parts, or our big spare parts ship that we're gonna use later on in case we need like extra thrusters, extra hydrogen tanks, or whatever. But I have more opinion that the ship that we currently turned to a base has more chance to be at least usable for a base right now, but also perhaps even flyable once we get enough materials to make it run. There's O2H2 generators, there's hydrogen tanks, there's hydrogen thrusters, I believe, in every direction, which is already a good sign. The only problem is that it's hydrogen thrusters, not atmode thrusters. So there's a chance that, there's a chance that it will not be efficient to fly on this planet itself. And we kind of need something with atmode thrusters to move stuff quickly around. One thing we want is a larger sized small grid atmo thruster vehicle, because that might be our ticket to move larger parts around. Alright, well, welcome to our base. It's currently on fire, it seems. I haven't put that out, I guess. Alright, let's drop this, and let's drop this. Good. Then we're gonna switch off these two, and then we can move this stuff off in case we're gonna build another vehicle later on. I don't know if we're gonna build a base or not. We might, but that all depends on what we're gonna find later on. Oh, I have to hook this up just so we can recharge our ship. Now I believe the front is over here. Yes. Because I changed this ship to have a connector at the level where my rover can attach. It's actually a very lucky find that I built my base in such a way that this connector hooks up to the middle of 2 blocks high. So if you drive over a foundation, you hook up one standard sized block. If you put a connector on top, the height of that will attach to that. And this ship just so happens to be nearly 1 block out to ground, so this attaches nearly perfect, which was a very lucky find. Otherwise you have to constantly like change the height offset on these wheels to make sure that you get connected to it, which is a hassle every time you have to do that. But alright, let's detach. We should have quite a few days of power. It's not fully loaded, but it's fine. So let's go to the new Rex and see if we can find some atmo thrusters. Atmo thrusters would be lovely right about now. It doesn't matter if it's like small atmo thrusters or large atmo thrusters. Having replacement tools would also be very nice. But yeah, let's just see. Let's just go through those wreck detector pings and see if we can find something good. Maybe we get another wreck spawned in while we drive over there. These mountains are usually very bad for the big spawns. Usually when you drive through the mountains with the wrecks, it spawns smaller vehicles, so I might just take a little detour and get through here. Just in the hope that it will spawn a smaller wreck. Especially one that is just like a small Atmo plane, which would be nice. Nah, let's not go all the way up the mountain. It is the mountain, yeah, it's the mountain. Ooh, let's not go too fast off of this. Hooray for off-road tires. Alright. Only 7 kilometers left to go. Take a little jump. And it was too easy. Well, that's fine. Let's just also remove some of the GPS coordinates that we're gonna use for later. So that one can go. Unidentified signal can go. That's so far up in space we can't get to that. We're not smarty pants like that. Have I been to that? Let's take a small detour through whatever this is. Worst case scenario, I've already been there. Best case scenario, I almost skipped out on a tool. I think I've been to this first one, but I don't think I've been to the second one. Alright. Judging by that, yeah, I've been here. A half-broken shed and a half-broken vehicle. This is why we need to clean up soon. So when 5 more wrecks have spawned, I'm gonna turn it off, and then after I've discovered all of the wrecks and went through them or not, I'm gonna clean up and remove every wreck that I don't think is gonna be worth it. I think this is large steel tubing in the big wheel, and it has, I think, a hydrogen engine, which we have not found a ship that had hydrogen engines, so we're gonna need this. I think the hydrogen engine is right here. Yeah. Let's just bring this hydrogen engine with us. There's also some heavy blast doors, and those heavy blast doors we can just scoop out with us. The little lights you see on the hill is a vehicle I have found before, and we have already a marker for that. It's just that right now we don't need it, because I think it was like a little rocket vehicle, like a recon vehicle. Right, now I don't know what I'm attached to, because I think I grinded over the ground. If I grind this and it's still attached, then I know it's to the engine. Alright, it's to the engine. Alright, let's see if we can detach this. Yes, this is gonna take a while, but that's at least a hydrogen engine. This is why I'm very saddened that I lost my tools, but can't do much about it. Alright, let's grind this down. Just so we can drive away with it. I think I've destroyed it before in exactly the manner you almost saw there. One of these parts was loose and it fell on top of the engine and just straight up destroyed it. Alright, let's drive this one a little bit forward. Perfect. A hydrogen engine. For now. That's a lot of steel plates. I thought these had metal grids. That's 100 steel plates. Very good to have, especially when you're making bigger builds. The problem is only that it adds a lot of weight real fast. So, for instance, this is 1200 liters, but it is 6,000 somewhat kilograms. Yeah, 6,500 something kilograms. So it's nice to have. It's good to have a good amount of steel plates, but our vehicle's gonna get very fast, very heavy, very fast. And last episode, I accidentally pressed the wrong button while I was driving my vehicle while it was very much loaded, and it just, through inertia, just ran away from me. Then you have to run after it, and since I don't have a jetpack, it's all walking, which was not the most fun. There we go. This is all interior plates and construction components, so we're gonna take that as well. Because when we're gonna make catwalks or columns in a base or ship. Now, in my previous time that I've played this, there was a
inventory full.
There was a base that I built because I felt like I needed a spot to drop off all my loot and prepare my ships for flight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that again because I'd rather spend as many components on the ship itself. But that all depends on how quickly we're gonna find all the components necessary to get our ship into space. I am unsure about that.
Inventory full.
We'll find out. We'll find out. We have a few wrecks that we can explore right now, so we're gonna just use that. Not many else. No, not many different ones have spawned. Let's get this conveyor pipe end and this. Alright. No idea why that was free floating. Something that barely happens in this game when there's gravity. The ladders, small steel tubes. I think this is a special ladder column. Yeah, which has a lot of materials. So I do have large steel tubes, but only 3. Is it worth it? I don't think so. Let's just dump this and go for the wrecks. And one part of me wishes that it's a big wreck, so we can just explore and get some ship parts, but I mean, it's gotta take a long time to get through it. And I think if it is 2 ship parts with guns, then I'm going to build our sacrificial vehicle to get close. Which is kind of annoying because when I make that and I drive it, when it's destroyed, I have to either make a new vehicle or walk all the way home, and the base is gonna be like 10 kilometers away, which I don't feel like doing, you know? That's the bridge part again. So it is sizable. I don't know what it is yet, but I don't want to get closer than 1 kilometer until I know what it is. What is that? Alright, it's 1 kilometer. Let's park it here. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Let's see what it is. Now, the only reason why I do this is because some of these buildings slash vehicle wrecks. They will have guns on them that will fire after 800 meters, and there's vehicles that will fire after a kilometer, depending on what guns are on the top. Now, I've not been shot at yet. Now, this can still change because I'm still in the range for it. So if I don't hear anything yet. If it's gonna shoot now, I'm gonna get jump scared like crazy. Alright. So far, still good. Don't know what it is yet. Let's hope that it's at least a little bit decent. What is that? It's like a monorail cart? It's like a monorail cart. Oh, it's just a house? It's just a straight up house. Okay. Well, let's just tear down this door, I guess. This is gonna take a while. Let's just take down this wall piece, I guess. Let's just quietly walk around a little bit. Just so there's not like an interior turret somewhere. Alright, let's see. Is there an interior turret? Nope. No, there isn't. There's some lockers. Who knows? Maybe there's some stuff in here. Would be nice if there was some stuff in here. This one doesn't. This one didn't have any. Yeah, that's gonna take forever to get through. Is there a different way? Is there even a reason to go there? I mean, there's a locker. Oh, no wonder it was lagging. Alright, that's our third. Let's grind this down, see if there's anything in here. Nope. Well, that's boring. Come on, bro. Let's just get some power. Well, this is that's very boring. The only thing it has going for it is the solar panel on top and the battery, but the battery's in the ground again. There's some air vents that could be nice. Let's take down the air vents and the solar panels with us. I want to access the panel, but I guess it's top heavy. Wow, this is annoying. Alright. Alright. You do you, bro. You do you. Alright, let's just get that out of here. Let's unhook this second one. There we go. Now it's mine. Detach it. And then we're going to do the same for the solar panel. Aw. I'd hope if it slid straight back it would work, but I guess not. Nope. Alright. Sure. We're going to break this as well. Better better. Good. Oh. Why now? Is this part? Yeah, it was. Wow. Slide. Alright. Time for the solar panel. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. Let's just get to the roof. Roof time. Alright. A desk. That's one way to set it up. The 32 solar cells is already so good, but just having a completely realized solar panel is just something we're gonna place on top of all ship parts that we're gonna get that's big grid. Because free power is free power. Every solar cell power that we are gonna use is hydrogen that we don't have to throw into the hydrogen engine to make some power. We're gonna install a hydrogen engine on a ship only to conserve or to use in case of an emergency. We're not gonna be able to, or not, we're not going to use it in case of like, I need some power, and I don't feel like waiting for it. That's not what it's for. I feel like there's a snowstorm coming. Look at us. Our small little space engineer running. You could really not see anything if you turn your lights off. It's interesting how small these worlds are, but how big they are as well, because your character's just so slow. I mean, at one part it's sad that there was not more in that one. But I'm at least happy that I don't have to crawl through, I don't know how many, I don't have to crawl through a kilometer of tunnels again. I didn't even realize that the music already stopped, you know, just asked like, it's paused, are you sure you want to continue? It's like, did I tell you anything, YouTube? I don't think so, so you better just keep going. Alright. Let's get our materials from this rack, and then let's go to the next rack, which sadly is in the mist. It's gonna be rather difficult. Alright. We're just gonna stack these 3 items on top of this as much as we can. I think I can lift the air vents. Yes, yes I can. I think I can lift the solar panel. That I can as well. So I think if we hook up the solar panel on this side, on that one, and then the rest on these little ones, then I think we can get there. The reason why we're going to hook up the solar panel on the right side is because of objects that are technically not attached to your vehicle, like the hydrogen engine is only attached by a landing platform. The moment you turn your camera around, it will like try to get before it, like it isn't part of the ship. So it's trying to duck under it. And it can be quite annoying when you're driving. Oh, I didn't turn the auto lock back on. Now it should be attached. Yep. Alright, second one. Air vents are those parts in big ships that sometimes get broken and you just take for granted. Mostly because, you know, breathing is kind of necessary. I know, shocker, but you kind of need it. Your life sure lasts longer when you do. There we go. Didn't know solar panels were so light that I could just move a... What's this, like? Almost like 15-meter long solar panel just with my own bare hands. I mean... Sure, bro. Let's just go with that. Alright, let's turn this... I think it was this ping? No. Is it... this ping? No. Well, then we sure shit know which one it is. It's gonna be this one, and we're gonna call it the Ramble Shack with battery. I hardly think I'm going to... Oh, okay, when you change the color, it doesn't. Ramble Shack. Shack with battery. When you change the color before, it's gonna not accept what you typed in. So you wanna press enter on what you typed first. Got it. Oh, you didn't even type weather clear. Where did the mist go? Right. What is that? It looks decently sized. Does look like it has weapons on the side. Okay, let's wait here. I swear, I don't want to blow up this vehicle. It's the only rover I have at the moment. I could make another one, but... What is that? Does it look like it has weapons? It does. It does look like it would have weapons. Looks like some sort of misshapen tower. Oh, I L-tapped. That's not smart. So far, so good. Nope. That was it? It looked a little bit like a tower with guns on it. I've seen one of those before. We'll save that one for later. Let's just see if we can find the other wreck first. I think it's that one. It's like past the Ramble Shack that we went to first. Interesting. Okay. Good. Let's not get close to that. Yeah, the Ramble Shack is over there. Oh lord, what is that? I see some colors in the distance. I have no idea what I'm looking at yet. It's only 3 kilometers away and it looks massive. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Some sort of art project. Or is it just that the fire is loaded in, but not the ship? No, it should have already loaded in completely. I have no idea how I'm supposed to look at this. Alright, well, if there's one thing that it does look like, it looks like not safe. So, let me see if I can get closer to this. Alright, let's just dump whatever we can in there. And get 1 tier 1. Let's get one of these, just for funsies. We have a lot of them. Alright, let's get into the range of the science project. I have no idea what I'm looking at. If this thing doesn't have any weapons, then I'm gonna be confused. But to be fair, I love restoring like large vehicles, so if this thing is like half wrecked, I would really love to rebuild. Oh, there's a gun at the backside. Looks like it's a Gatling. Gatlings have a range of like around 800. So it should stop firing around here. Yeah. Okay. So let's get around this art project. That looks insane. What it probably is like a ship that's been blown up in the middle. I think I see a rocket gun at the top, but maybe at the front it has no guns. So we're gonna try to get through it towards the front. I love the little solar panel that has no function at the moment. It does have a gun or an antenna at the bottom. Looks almost like it's turning with me. I swear I have no idea what I'm looking at. It looks like it's broken to all hell. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I doubt this is gonna work because I think I see another Gatling at the bottom. This is gonna be tough. I'm really gonna need some of those rammer vehicles that I was talking about before. Vehicles specifically made to get closer. The only problem is that if you get close and you get out and you get shot, you lost an entire vehicle. Okay. No extra GPS coordinates yet, right? No coordinates yet. Alright, well, I doubt this is gonna work. I think there's one at the bottom. I think a little area that you can see at the bottom there is what's gonna shoot at me now. Maybe even the top one as well when I get closer. And I could tunnel my way over there, but I doubt it's useful for this one. Should start firing any moment now. I do think it is a Gatling, so... Hmm. I think I was correct. I have could position myself correctly. Because I think that is an antenna. Did I? No. Must be something that's gonna shoot me at the last second and jump scare the crap out of me. I didn't just find the sweet spot, did I? What am I looking at? Is it really stuck in the ice by the antenna alone? That's insane. If I break that antenna, that whole thing is gonna come down. Don't have any steel plates. It has ion thrusters, so this could be an attachable ship to a main ship that I could use to fly into space and then use in space itself. But it's only the back side that's useful, it seems. I don't have any steel plates with me, so I don't think it could come in. But the problem is that this would be a very good ship to get at least the parts. But I can't get in unless I have steel plates. So sadly I have to walk the whole distance back, but good to know that there's a sweet spot. Interesting. So a single antennae can block the view from a Gatling. Alright. I hope there's like a cockpit in that front part. That way we can just turn off all the guns. I don't think that's much faster. Just to make sure that I keep the antenna between me and the Gatling. It's just just because it doesn't want to shoot at its own parts. I think that's what went wrong the last time when I was trying to dodge a gun by building in front of it. I think I was it attached? I think it was attached to the ship. Then I don't know why it shot me. Maybe it's on my feet, and I shot my feet. Oh. Position myself correctly. I have to run that entire wave for 800 meters. And the difficulty of this challenge sometimes. Well, I'm at least glad I indeed ran the entire way, otherwise my rover would be just completely destroyed. I don't need a lot of steel plates. I think I'll need like 10 or 20. I'll just put like 20 just to make sure. That's enough. Alright, let's just get a few steel plates. Just have to think about walking 200 meters that way before I get close to it again. Just hope that no stray bullets when I do step to the sides don't blow up the antennae, because that would A, get a clear line of sight on me, and B, destroy the entire ship. Alright, steel plates. We're gonna need like, let's just bring 30. Alright, 200 meters that way again. And then we're gonna go in for the second one. I could bring 20 plates with me next time when I get close to these ships, just so I can build up on them. But the problem is that that situation barely happens. This is rare to have something blocking all guns from an approach. Maybe because the ship is blown up that much. But I can't really speculate too much on it because I've never seen a ship like this. This is completely new for me. I cannot see the gun, but I think I have to line it up a little bit with those two, like that X shape. Has to be like in the middle somewhere of that X shape. But we're 600 meters, and so far not a single gunfire has been shot at me. So I think I'm doing fine. I'm dead set, like I have my eyes like locked on that antenna. The moment I see some flickering lights behind it to signal that gunfire is going off, I just immediately move left or right. I have like my finger like aimed on the A key. Well, I can see the Gatling gun moving around. I think I have it lined up right behind the antenna. I think it's moving very fast. I think it sees me, but then immediately gets the message that it shouldn't shoot at me. I see a door in the top there. Ooh. Aimed at me for like 1 second. Alright. Well, we made it. Now let's see if we can get up on there. It's trying to aim at me. I see that. Let's hope it doesn't mind this. Seems to be a little bit quieter if I stand behind these blocks. I just hope there's not an interior turret in there that I finally get up here and then I just immediately get shot by something else. Okay. Then bring a grinder? I did bring a grinder. How many blocks do I have with me still? I don't want to be too long here. Okay. Let's quickly build up. Can I build this? Thank you. Alright. Oh, that's the thing I was scared of. Excuse me, I'm a dumbass. I am like the biggest dumbass that would ever dumbass. But the thing is, I was scared for a reason. Oh, I don't like that Gatling turret just looking around for me. Oh god damn. The thing is, I detached the block that kept this entire construction up. I wanted to get over to the left side because I would think that I could get up on there. Okay. Well, there's a small reactor. There's no components that will completely be destroyed when I break this. But to have a fully fixed small reactor is perfect. I need to destroy something that I can look into. Ship. Just get a few more steel plates. Just so I can make my way
Energy
through the
low.
base. I completely forgot about that. I probably don't have the comps to make a chair. Not dead yet. So many batteries. This would be a very good, like, half base. There's cryopods over there. If I can just make it over there. I just don't know if there's any guns around. Oh, this is scary. It's hard to look everywhere. Okay. Let's at least get some energy. Now we just have to break something like those pods, just to check what type of guns. Maybe there's a cockpit that we can easily find. There we go. We only have to break all the cockpits and perhaps also all these. That's a lot of them. But look at this. They have assemblers with speed modules. That's always good. Okay. Now this didn't take over the ship, so let's check. Gyroscopes, 2 hydrogen tanks. One of them is half broken. A lot of hydrogen thrusters. 2 interior turrets. We found where they are. That's good to know that we already found the interior turrets. A lot of ion thrusters. A lot of ion thrusters. 1 jump drive. 3 large cargo containers, but they're incomplete. A large hydrogen thruster. Okay. Yeah. There's passenger seats. So there's another place where we can charge up. 2 rocket turrets. Both are on. There's a sensor. Don't know what it does. It does give a proximity alert, but I don't know what it activates. It detects players, so there's something that will detect me on this ship. There's 6 small reactors, all intact on this ship. There's a survival kit. And no cockpit. No helm. So the only thing I think we have to break is... There's a basic refinery on this ship. Ooh, this is a very good ship. There's a lot of cryo chambers. I'm unsure if those get counted for control of this ship. I could try it. The passenger seats will not be the ones that do it. Their survival kit might be, but I don't know where it is. Oh, never mind. Let's just take it down and see if this is the thing that controls it. Sometimes it's the sleeping pods. No, it's not this. Then it might be all of these cryo chambers. Just have to be careful. I think I read that there's 2 Gatling turrets on this ship. Yeah, one of them we found. It's on the bottom. It's somewhere down there. The 2 interior turrets are up there at the front. It's good that there is no helm there, because I have no idea how else we would have made it around the ship if we had to go through those. So I'm very glad that we don't have to do that. Alright, let's check real quick. How many cryos do we still have? We have, except for those two more somewhere. There they are. There's the interior turrets. So I have to be careful that I don't show myself too much. Oh, close that. That's spicy. Oh, here's the cryos. Let's just hope it's the cryo chambers. I just don't know how to get to the last two without being in range of the... Wait, was that complete? Yeah, it's in the top there. Okay, that's all the cryos except for the two in the top. Now how do I get there without these shooting at me? I can perhaps take them out by grinding the blocks, but the moment I grind this one, that one might fire at me. Ooh. That's one down. No, the other one can't be that hard. Oh, probably not that one. That's gonna be the thing that's controlling this ship. There we go. Okay. Both interior turrets shut down. Now there's only 2 Gatling turrets, and if I am a betting man, we got shot by, I think, one of them at the beginning. So I think one of them is all the way at the back, and one of them is at the bottom. So, with this half logic, we're gonna try to get up here, and we're gonna see if we can get towards these last 2 cryos. Hey, it's not here. Let's hope this is what's necessary. You've successfully captured Rex. We did it. This ship is now ours. Oh my god. Alright. Turrets. Just quickly grab all the turrets. Interior turrets, don't care. Off. Gatling turrets, don't care. All off. All thrusters. Thrust. Hydrogen thrusters. It does have hydrogen thrusters. All off. Ion thrusters, all off. So all guns should be off. Where was that last Gatling turret? There's so much broken about this base. There it was. See, it was at the back. Here's the hydrogen tank, which is intact. But so many of those are broken. How broken are they? Probably very broken. Metal grids, yeah. And these probably miss the thruster comps. But still, this ship is practically in flying condition. Some gravity generators that are on fire, some ion thrusters on fire, but as long as we have thrusters in every direction intact, we could fly this. Here's the basic refinery. It's not a lot, but it's something. Now, I don't think we can fly this at all. There's no helm or whatever. We can give it a helm. Don't know if we have the components for this. Probably not. No.
Energy low.
Which is fine. We have low energy. So this is actually making it a little bit harder because I said that I was gonna start or clean up the entire map before, but this makes things difficult because we can only save one of the wrecks, and I'd rather save this one because it has more promise of being able to fly in outer space. Also, let's destroy these turrets. Maybe these turrets are enough to fix me a helm, just so I can have a little bit more information about how much I can fly. God, these turrets have so much ammo. I could probably use the program block parts. Yeah, some parts. Okay, I need some computers. Where can I snoop some computers from? Sure.
Inventory full.
It's not like I need like 8 cryopods for myself. Alright. There we go. Let's just put the rest of the components back in the cryopod, just so we have the medical components, not anywhere else. Alright, let's see. So, okay. I thought it was much more broken, but it seems to be fairly intact. There's the large cargo containers. They're probably empty. Yeah, a lot of these wrecks don't spawn with items in them, except for ice and the O2H2 generators and some uranium. What we're gonna do is we're gonna at least turn off the reactors. And we're gonna turn off the batteries. And the reason why we're gonna do that is we're gonna save this wreck for later. Alright, so it was not that ping. So what we're gonna call this is salvageable. No, I think it's salvageable. English is a weird language. Salvageable ship with ion and hydro. Sure, ion and high. I know what that means. Yep, and let's call it green. I don't know, a ship with hydro and ion. Fix. Okay. Good, good. The question now is, are we gonna do anything with it? Like, the thing is, we can't fly with it. Because there's not enough hydrogen thrusters on this thing to save me from myself. I think, at least. So, let's check hydrogen tank. One of them is broken and is not filled. The other one is not broken and completely filled. Alright, thrusters. Let's look at... There's 2 forwards. There's also a large one. There's also forward. Okay, so forward has a lot of thrust. Backwards only has 1. We can fly left. We cannot fly right. We can fly up by 1. Yeah, this is not a ship for on a planet, because this has so little lift. It will never escape the gravitational pull of this planet. So the moment we break that antenna, this ship, even if it's like set in autopilot hover, it's still gonna break because it's just gonna smash into the planet because that one hydrogen thruster is not gonna lift this ship. What else? What else? We're gonna at least save this ship. I think this is gonna be our secondary ship that we're gonna attach to our main ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Fine. Interesting ship. Now the other thing was just a tower, and what I've learned about those types of towers before is that they usually contain only guns and batteries. So I don't think it's worth it. Still, we haven't found our atmospheric thrusters, which is sad. I don't know though if I have suppress vanilla encounters on. If so, then I think I'm gonna turn that one off, because there are some ships that are interesting that we could salvage. I might do that the moment I get back to my rover, and no other wreckage has spawned yet, because there's like a huge atmospheric plane thing, hovercraft thingy-majiggy, that might be interesting to salvage the moment we get it. The first thing I'm gonna do though is turn the GPS for a ship with hydro and ion off, and spare parts big grids as well, just so we don't have our HUD cluttered up with all sorts of weird shice. Now, do I need that turret tower part? Probably not. There is a base that is interesting, but I don't know if I can get through it in the state that I'm currently at. But like I've said before, I've never seen the same thing twice, so I hardly doubt that's gonna happen now as well. Alright, there's some new loot here spawning in, so we're gonna go to that place first. Don't know what it is, but let's see. There's something small behind it as well. There's a little thing over there on the ground, and I think, yeah, I saw something spawning over there. I think I see in the top right corner something there. I'm unsure. This one I have to be careful with though, because it can be a turret in the middle. So let's approach it from the side. There can be solar panels on top. This one doesn't. Right? Might have solar panels in the thing on the. Alright, let's check real carefully. Like, that is the turret, so I don't think. Alright. Just a full-on Gatling turret. Here's a small cargo container, 2 of them. There's a heat vent. Heat vents I think I can make myself. Yep. So I don't care about heat vents.
Inventory full.
I only care about the components of heat vents. Those large steel tubes are always good. I think these need metal grids. This one has all of them, this one doesn't. Alright, let's see if we can just see if it has anything in it. Don't have the displays or the computers. Can I find something that has it? Well, there's the displays. Could this one have the computers? Nah, that would have been lovely. This is lab equipment. Just break it. There's another hydrogen engine. I can build this.
Inventory full.
I know, inventory full. I just need 2 computers and I should be able to build, and then I'm just gonna break it half and then repair the other one. This doesn't have any computers. This only has some small components. Didn't see if this had computers. This is a small hydrogen tank. That is lovely.
Inventory full.
Now, I kind of want to bring all that back. The problem is that my rover isn't built for that yet. So, we're gonna build that rover. We're first gonna produce this part. I need just a lot of steel plates. Let's first check if the inventories of these have better grinders. That would be a lot more time save. There's some power cells, always good. Anything that has computers doesn't look like it. Only motors. What about this? Nope. Does have metal grids though. I have 1 computer. I really don't have 1 computer here. Screw it. Don't need the air vents at the moment anyway, so why would I bother? Alright. Yeah, I have to break it down and then you have to repair it. Okay, there's just cargo. Or just guns, ammo, bullshit. Okay. 1 construction component. Alright. Then you have to repair it. And after you repair it, you break it, and then you repair it. And then there's the computers. Well, that was silly. Alright, but that's 2 small cargo containers. Could always be useful. Now let's see what's in here. Need some construction components. Good thing these have that. Alright. Do you have anything interesting? Motors. Hell yeah. Motors are always welcome. Alright, now comes the hard part. Well, the long part. We need some steel and we need to build out our... So first let's... Can I attach enemy blocks? What the hell do you mean? This is my block. So it's my block. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's 1. That is 2. And I technically also want that tank, but I know what happens when you transport tanks. That stuff is very volatile. That's like a kaboom in a little package. Like, I don't care about the Gatling turret. I will find other weapons or on stationary items. But this... I mean, this is gonna be a shady one. It's just to build it as far up as possible. Okay. The reason why is they are very easily broken. Let's see, how far can I get it? Otherwise I'm just gonna grind it out, but... Okay, that's just due to me having a full inventory. Okay. If anything else, I don't need that. Alright, let's see. Still more large steel tubes. Okay. Do I have the last 9?
Energy low.
Yeah, energy, schmenergy. Don't care. Okay, this is as far as I can build it. I'll just grind this down. Magazine capacity 140. Alright, so a standard one like that has just 420 bullets. This is the large steel tubes to repair it. Okay. Can I move it? Or is it full? It is not full. But can I move it? I can. Only partially. But that's fine, because then I can at least get it out of this way.
Energy
Oh,
critical.
crap, it's a snowstorm. Come on. Move. If this thing was full, this would not be able to be done. Come on. Move, you bastard. I can probably not flip it. No, not in a million years. I need a lot of anabolic steroids to do that. Can't move, you
No
crescent.
energy.
Oh! I don't care. I don't care about energy. Yeah. I know. I'm a dummy. Why is the music stopped again? Luckily, I'm very professional. I mean, to be fair, I wish I was a little bit more professional, but I just have to find it out every stream to do something new. One more extra thing to make the stream more interesting. Or the video. I was also thinking about, like, how can I record only the game and not my own voice, so I can later do a video with a voiceover and then edit the video in parts. That's all things for later. Come on. Move! Okay, yeah. Work against the friction. Come on. Come, you have to go over here. You're almost there. Okay, now move you over here. Oh. Come on! Why don't you move? Oh my god. Yeah. Don't explode. Thank you. Okay. Oh, this is... I should really look what block I was using. Oh. I don't know why that is happening. Is it a mod that is constantly, like, changing the weather that quickly? Like, even weather clear would show up in a chat. To be fair, I don't really mind the snowstorm when I'm building, because it's not like it inhibits my view that much when I'm building. Okay. I believe it was 5 big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Five. Then a row of 3 in the front. Uh-huh. Then a middle one. Then I need a little piston. There we go. Then we need the... Is it still trying to... Yeah. Can it withdraw 1 computer and 1 large steel tube? Mm-hmm. Okay, can I snoop a computer off? Yep, there we go. Because I don't need the air vent intact right now, but I do need the piston fully intact. There's the block. Then we need to put a landing gear. And then we'll call this back left. That is not... There we go. And piston... No. There we go. That's 1. Now, for this side. It's 2 away from that wheel and 1 away from that wheel, right? No, it's like... Oh, okay. So it's like there and there. This should be 7 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still a bit salty that I lost my welder, but it's what it is. It's not like I can do much about it now. I'll find a new one. Maybe even be able to make one once I get the assembler up and running with enough materials. But I doubt it. That will take a while. Alright, let's build a secondary piston. Come on. There we go. Finicky. Where did I get large steel tubes from again? Oh yeah, it was the large hydrogen engine here.
Energy low.
I already got all of them. I thought I had like a little bit left, but I guess not. So some in here? No. Where do my large steel tubes go then? Let's just... Damn it. Do you have some? He does. Let's just quickly use that to fix this. And then put the rest of the components back in. It's gonna be like, oh, you're on a clutch. Sure. Okay. Block. Then a landing gear. And there should be front left. Missing a few construction components. Hit me up with that stuff. Yeah, let me just quickly rename this to front left. And then I can sit in the vehicle. And do the rest there. This should not be forward, this should be front left. Okay. Then let's do all this. This should be the front left one. So piston front left. Front left. Turn on. Retract. Extend. Landing gear front left. Switch lock. Next one. It should be back left. Turn on. Oh. Back left should be retract. Extend and switch lock. And now the only thing I have to do is don't forget to turn off something. I think I just got a new wreck detector ping. Didn't I? Or is that just because I looked into chat? That was an hour ago. So yeah, that is the older one. That's fine. Let's just turn it off again. I think I just should call this broken tower. Just so I know it. Okay, this now works. Should work at least. Now I'm gonna attach. Let's just reverse this. We're gonna put this one over here. little bit different. There we go. Now let's go up. I'm gonna save real quick. I just got a weird case of the deja vu. So I've had it once before where I did this system and I picked up an item and I had a solar panel just like this, but it was like a little bit more crooked, and this item was like pulled up against the solar panel and the whole ship just flew up in the sky and just like did a few somersaults and just exploded on the ground, and I was just standing there like, physics what? So I'm gonna pick up the oxygen tank with, or the hydrogen tank with the front, just so I can maneuver it best. Good. Let's reverse this. And the only thing we have to do is pick up the tank. I don't think we're gonna... We already have 3 left back at base. I think we're fine with those. We can destroy it just to get our display back. Did we get everything useful from this? Like, there's a few things that I constantly have to remind myself. A lot of those things are like, even if I find a half-broken atmospheric thruster, large grid, it would still be 1,000 motors to repair it. So I have to think about that. I have to bring every single motor that I can find. So I should never skim out on any rotors that I find. No rotor is off limits. Okay. Ooh, don't go too close with that large cargo or that small cargo container. Okay. Almost. Don't want to pick it up too crooked, but I don't want it connecting with my steering wheel at the front. I think that's perfect. This should be the front one. Yep. Now there's only one thing I have to remember to do, which is this. Good. And here we go. What is over there? It looks like a destroyed vehicle. That looks interesting. Never press P. No, nothing dropped. Good. Alright, let's see what this is. It has a drill. There's a few small broken hydrogen thrusters. Has a few gyroscopes. I cannot probably move this. Has a small cargo container. Oh, there's a wreck that spawned. It's over there. Okay. That's not the one I had earlier, right? No. No, that is a new one. Alright. I just quickly look past it because our inventory is a bit full. Now the thing is, I kind of want this more. It's just a bit wobbly if I let it just exist like this. So just give it a little bit of structural integrity. Then let's break the cockpit half down to take it over for myself. Because I think if I break this down, it will be mine. Well, the cockpit is mine at least. Question is the rest now mine as well? Nope. Okay. What else is on here that I can take over? Should be like a controller, gyroscopes, ejector, hydrogen thrusters, medium cargo, programmable block, remote control. There it is. I need to find that. If I find the remote control, this is mine. There it is. So close. There it is. No wait, that's the AI control module. Well, but I did do it. Okay. Sure. So, it is now mine. What does it have? It has a lot of things. Lots of intact things. It's more of an in-space miner. And I think if I save this, I'm gonna be able to use it for that. But for that I need to move this. That's gonna be difficult. I do want it to bring it with me though. I think it's gonna be difficult to build the that thing over here with that solar panel like this. So, but I do need it. Okay, let's just see how far we can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so far so good. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's the steel plates. Like 40 or 50. Yeah, there we go. Let's just get a few up in my gullet. Super 3 high, 4, 5. Front line. Mm-hmm. Okay, I thought the music was stopped, but it seems like it's just soft. Okay. Probably still won't have the large steel tubes. Yeah, if I pick that ship up with this and pull it up, it's gonna go against the solar panel. But once I have this done, I can just put the solar panel behind this. Let's turn this around. This should be front right. Piston front right. And this should be landing gear front right. Set parking off. I think that should be 6. Yeah, 6. So that would be front right. On or off. Retract. Extend. And front right. Landing gear. Switch lock. Now comes the hard part. How are we gonna get this thing with us without anything breaking? And it's the anything breaking part that's gonna be the tough part. So let's switch this lock. Okay, it's a start. Am I anywhere close near one of the magnetic parts? Not really. Maybe like this? Is it next to a wheel? No. No, this looks doable. Okay. Now I need to take this engine and attach it to that landing gear. And then I'm just gonna grab that entire ship with this one. Okay, so let's reverse this. Yeah, I thought so. Set auto lock off, switch lock. Okay. Now 6 should be down there. Yep. Perfection. 6 can go up. Then we have to turn auto lock back on, and we're probably gonna just grab it from this side. Am I gonna grab it from this side? I'll be grabbing onto these hydrogen thrusters. They're usually not the stablest, but these are even worse. I can grab it from the side, maybe. Maybe from the side is better because it will have less sway. I wonder though, is it free floating? I mean, it looks like it's free floating. It is free floating. Good. That will make this a lot easier. Alright, let's grab it from the side. I think I can grab it from any side. Alright. Yeah, it turned parking off for the landing gear. Alright, let's move it a little bit further. This is a very full ship. I also have to do the setup of the storage facilities at the top a little bit better. It's currently a little bit of a mess, to say the least. Alright, here we go. Let's grab it. Did I grab it? I think I did. Let's see. Ooh, my ship, or my rover did not like the heaviness of that. There might be still some materials in these. Let me just quickly check that. Wait, why did I do it that way? I already own this. There's some ice in the O2H2. That's just 2000. That's not the worst. I think it's just a combined of everything in this. Yeah, the drills are empty. Everything is empty. Good. Good. Alright, well, here comes the fun part. Let's drive back home. We can drive past that unknown signal real quick, just to make sure that we have a chance for a better tool. Just not park too close to it, because in 4 minutes it will explode, and my vehicle takes a long time to stop. Yeah, we're currently a combined 89,000, but that I think that counter doesn't take in effect what we have attached to our ship. Or ship. Vehicle in this case. Yeah, we're braking very slow. Right, let's see which... Oh no, it's this one. Don't brake, don't brake, don't brake, please. I have to take over this grid. Lag. Oh, why was that so laggy? That's not worth it. Did we get anything out of this? Wow. A rainbow drill. These are still on? Okay. Let's get our little rover close. Who knows? Maybe they won't explode because I took over the grid, but the last few times this has been a weird one, where even if you take them over, they will still explode. So we'll see. The backside. Probably need some new magnetic plates. We need a tier 2 welder, like the one I lost because I died like a moron. It's 1, 2. We're gonna do this. Better. I don't know if it's a visual bug, but that constant spinning does make me a little bit nervous. Like, what's it gonna do when the counter is down? Is it really gonna explode? And if it's gonna explode, let's just hope it's just a visual explosion and not an actual explosion. So far, those explosions don't leave markers or like craters in the ice. So I hope that it doesn't. Otherwise, we have our first 4 atmospheric thrusters. Yay! Get out of here. Alright, how much battery do we have? 4 days? More than enough. 3 hours of constant acceleration, which we're never gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna quickly take a peek at the new wreck. It's this one. It's over there. I'm hearing a lot of sounds. I know why. I didn't turn off parking, and I pressed P. I always forget that. They are connected at least, so... oh. I'm quickly gonna take a peek, because there was a large lag spike. Oh, another wreck. There's 2 big wrecks. That's now I'm very curious what I'm gonna see. Okay, so they're both in that direction. Just behind that snowy outcropping. I'm so fucking curious what that is now. I'm also very happy with how our vehicle is stacked up right now. I just need to fix it a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna go up to the snowy outcrop and see what's over the hill. Because I think if they're truly as massive as that lag spike just makes me insinuate, we're gonna have our hands full in probably the next episode. So let's see what's behind this snowy outcrop. And... ooh, that second one looks promising. That is a base. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly take a peek. Because if it's an actual base, then we might have the gathering point where we're gonna set up all of our...
Health critical.
I know. Well. I don't know why it has that much range. Alright. It is hostile. I'm very glad we didn't lose our fucking vehicle or anything. What got shot? A few shots here and there. Yeah, it's nothing serious. Just a connector. Ah, it shot our wheel a little bit. That's fine. Did it hit this? Not really. Alright, so... that bullet hole. There we go. Ooh, it even broke a block. Alright, so... that will be for the next episode. We're gonna drive back home. There is a chance that some extra wrecks will spawn. That is fine. But we're just gonna leave most of the wrecks for the next episodes. It only depends if the 15-16 kilometers trip back home will spawn something in our path. Then we'll check it out. But that base would be an interesting one. It had its own windmill and everything. What if it's like better than my current ship base? That would be nice. I'm just gonna do the track back home. I'm very curious about getting this little ship at the back here to work once we get to space. It would be a good ship to put in like a hangar, and then you open like a large hangar doors to fly this ship out and mine like some basic components when in space. And I mean, we're on an ice planet. Getting off with hydrogen thrusters will not be much of an issue. Oh, we're gonna we're gonna move past our little antenna tiptoey ship over there to the right. Interesting. Now I just have to drop everything off without destroying it. I'm just also so annoyed that I should have finished my rover when I had the tier 2 welder. I had the tool in my hands. I could have done it, but I didn't want to make it too slow or annoying. But Too late for that now. I'm gonna fly you at some point, ship. Mark my words. Nope. Right, 11 kilometers to go. Maybe we can get another wreck to spawn. Oh, yeah, I think something big spawned in. Maybe that scrap abandoned settlement. But usually when such a lag spike hits, it's usually an actual big wreck. So this was an interesting one. Can barely see what is rover and what is not rover. That's how unfinished and stacked this thing is. And if at some point we're gonna move base, I can just pick up most things and go over to the new location. There we go. Yeah, I already stripped everything out of there. Nearly there. Let's take the long way around because I don't think most of the items here will survive me doing a jump over the snow. So let's just be safe than sorry. I don't want to lose this little thing at the back. I kind of want to have as little... I want to repair existing items, not make new items from scratch, because a lot of items I cannot build. So having something that was originally functional would be fun. With this, I'm also going to install a mod later, which gives me the ability to make repair packs. These do require a lot of power, but they will use materials in the grid system or in the conveyor system to repair anything that is in its range or on the vehicle, which on the vehicle is very big. So that's something I am going to do. Attach it to like big ships, and the only thing I have to do is supply it, because if you have, for example, a lot of items that are very important close to each other, I could not repair the middle one, because to repair the middle one I would have to get in between there. Now the hardest part about repairing everything is getting the components, so the components is the most important part in this playthrough, in my opinion. So these repair ones, these repair stations, I believe they're called. Repair drone stations, drone repair station, don't know. They're going to be a very interesting addition to this, because it gives me the ability to repair items I could normally not get to because otherwise I have to rebuild a gyroscope, which I can't. Otherwise I would have to break it, repair the thing that I have to get to, and then replace it by placing it manually, and in certain situations that's completely impossible. Ah, here we go. Beautiful, made it back. In one piece. Beautiful. Next time what we're gonna do is we're gonna unload this rover. We're gonna take a look at the other wrecks just to make sure that we can finally see what that vehicle was that was shooting at us, and we can see what would be in that base area with the windmill that we saw. Just have a look at it again. This was the ship that I found that it's the closest in flying condition. Closest between quotation marks, because there's a lot wrong with this ship, but there's also a lot right with this ship. It still has a lot of things intact. Oh, this is where I came out of. So there's still a lot of hydrogen thrusters intact with it. I'm not sure if it's enough to fly with. It does have a lot of them, and a lot of them are at the bottom. So I think this was made to land on planets. If I can get this ship functional completely, I'll be able to check if I can at least move stuff with this ship. That is might sound ridiculous that I'm going to use this massive ship to move stuff around, but sometimes you just have to work with what you have. Then I'm going to see if I can fix this thing later on, but that will only be when I finally get a ship up and running a little bit more than what I currently have, because this is not in working order. There we go. Let's just see if I can. Rule of thirds, sort of rule of thirds. Yeah, balancing. Right here. Rule of thirds. Sorta. Okay. Well, for me, that was it for today. If you enjoyed it, then thank you so much for watching it, and I will sure to bring up a new stream in the near future. And have a wonderful day. The rest of the day, for me it's late, so have a good night.